James Harden and Paul George had 20 points each. Quick turnaround for the Clippers. They play Sacramento tonight at Crypto.com. The Lakers are in Dallas tonight. First game for the Lakers since winning the in-season tournament Saturday night in Vegas. 4:30 tip-off on TNT. More bad news for the Chargers and a bad season. They will not have quarterback Justin Herbert for Thursday night's game against the Raiders in Vegas. Herbert has a fractured finger on his throwing hand. The Chargers are 5-8. Even if they won their last 4 games, they will not make the playoffs. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, Black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any Black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
Can I kick it to all the people who can quest like a tribe does? Before this, did you really know what I was? Comprehend to the track force, why? Cause getting mentions on the tip of the vibe buzz. Rock and roll to the beat of the funk fuzz. Wipe your feet really good on the rhythm rug. If you feel the urge to freak, do the jitterbug. Come and spread your arms if you really need a hug.
I'm Tavis Smiley, and you are inside of our third and final hour today, and pleased to have you hanging out with us. We just had a great hour talking to Dr. Maulana Karenga, the creator of Kwanzaa. He was just on for an hour, in case you've just tuned in, talking about how he came to create Kwanzaa, now in its 57th season of celebration. And we did that, of course, and if you know Dr. Karenga as I do, you know you can't just talk about Kwanzaa. He's going to connect it to everything happening in the world. And so it was a pretty amazing hour talking to Dr. Karenga about Kwanzaa again and a great deal more. He mentioned more than once in that conversation the African continent. And so here we now go to the African continent, specifically to a place called Niger. And our guest in this hour, born and raised in that very, very poor country, perhaps one of the poorest countries in the world. But he started a program years ago called AfriKicks. AfriKicks has now delivered over 240,000 pair of shoes to children living in remote, rural, and impoverished communities across Africa, and for that matter, Central America. At the holiday season, we check in now with Omar Idrissa, who joins us live in studio to share more about his work and his witness. Omar, good to have you in studio, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Man, I'm doing well. If I complained, I'd be an ingrate. I am doing quite well, and I'm delighted to have you in studio to talk about AfriKicks. Before I get to AfriKicks, though, let me just start talking about Niger. I got a lot more to go. I've only been to 16 African countries, so I got a ways to go. Only 16 so far on that huge continent, right? Yeah. But I've not had the honor yet, the privilege of going to Niger. But I've read about it, of course, know about it, know folk from there. Here you come in our studio from Niger. Tell me I'll talk in a moment about the politics, about the drama that's taking place in your country right now, that many of us are following. Those of us who follow the continent have some sense of what's happening in Niger, even as we speak. But just take me back to your growing up in Niger. Tell me about what it's like to grow up in that part of the world.
I was born in December 25th, 1980.
So you're born on Christmas Day?
Yes, in
Wow.
Niger.
Okay.
So growing up in Niger, at that time you don't know it's tough because you never been anywhere.
Nothing to compare it to,
Nothing
right?
compared to. You were just there trying to survive. So I was raised with my dad have 3 wives. It was 25 brothers and sisters.
25.
Yes.
So your dad had 3 wives, which is legal in Niger.
Yeah, it's legal.
He
You're
had
allowed
3.
to have 4.
Yeah, you're allowed to have 4.
Yes.
He had 3,
Yeah.
and you have 25 brothers and sisters.
Brother and sister.
Tell me more. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And growing up in there, my dad barely make $50 a month. So it's not every day you get to eat.
So he barely made $50 a month.
He was a driver.
Right.
You know, so you barely make a $50 a month, and you got like 25 kids. At that time, we don't understand it. You know, you just have to, the mentality, get more kid. When one succeed, he will take care of the family. That's like African, some country mentality, you know. So me growing up at the age of 9, 10, 11, so I started like, I got to work just to get some food, sell like water and cola and stuff like that. Just 11, 14, 15, 16, I started leaving the house, just try to, you know, survive, just get like food, you know. I could never have like sneaker. At that time, you don't even know sneakers. You know, something that you never have, you can think about it, but you just see if you see somebody have it, stuff like that. So, and then be able to see, grow up in that kind, with the whole family live in the same house. You feel me?
All of y'all live together?
We all live together.
So the 3 wives
like
and your 25 siblings?
Yeah.
All of y'all in the same house together?
All in the same house.
Good Lord.
You know what I'm saying? So the house is still there.
Yeah.
Even this year when I was there.
Yeah. The house is still there?
It's still there. It's still the way it is. I haven't changed it yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's still there the way it is right now.
Yeah.
But, so growing up like that, and at age 13, 14, you have to hustle just to get a food and to come support your other sibling, the little, you know. Yeah. So I work from, when I'm 9 in school, you got 3-month vacation. So those 3 months, I use it to work. So I make like $10 a month to sell water for some lady. But she provide me breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Oh, so you had the hookup.
Which was good.
You got the hookup. Yeah, you're only making $10 a month, so, but she's feeding you breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast and dinner. So 3 of my brother, we're working with the same family. Like my little brother and my oldest brother. Yeah. So we sell like water. They put water in the plastic bag. You put in your head. Yeah. You went to the market. You selling water. You know what I'm saying, at that time. So we were doing now every vacation time just to save money, buy you some clothes, and then, you know, support your mom always. So.
Yeah. I've got questions. Yeah. I'm glad we started with your backstory and what it's like growing up in this year, because there's so many people listening right now who have no concept what's that like, what that's like. I don't either. Yeah. It's not the way I grew up, and I can't imagine having grown up in those kinds of conditions, circumstances. I thought I had a big family. I've got 9 brothers and sisters. Oh, wow. You've more than doubled me. Yeah. More than double me with 25, and I only had one mom in my house, and trust me, she wouldn't have had it any other way. She couldn't live with 2 other women in that house. So your dad's a bad man. He had 3 wives and 25 kids. You born on Christmas Day. This story is getting interesting, and I'm only 10 minutes into it. You're listening to Omar Idrissa. We haven't gotten to his amazing soccer career and all that he's done to give back, not just to his family, to his country. Almost 250,000 pair of shoes. He didn't have shoes growing up, but he's given away almost 250,000 pair of shoes in Africa. Don't tell me what you can't do. Don't tell me you can't assign yourself to tackle a particular issue, no matter what it is in your community or in your country. We'll talk more with Omar when we come forward. It's an amazing story. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
From Leimert Park with love, this is Tavis Smiley.
Escalade IQ. This just an intro to the all-electric Cadillac perfection like Zoom. And on a full charge, you get 450 miles without the stop haiku. This is what I do, daddy fat in the Lexus 92. Linked all the way back, panoramic roof. Come with 24-inch rim standard. Ooh, why? Shawty don't kill him. Cadillac diamond in the back, cold chillin'. And when I'm on attack, on the track is no ceiling. Sky's the limit, you hear me? You hear me? Straight drop, no parachutes. Lay lines like a longitude and latitude. Feel it, beloved, clearly, we're hustling. Bustin', truckin'. Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac.
For more on the Escalade IQ, visit Cadillac.com.
Available late 2024. GM estimate 450-mile range on a full charge based on development testing and/or analytical projection consistent with the CHA 1634 revision 2017 MCT. Range subject to change prior to production. Annual rates may vary based on service factors, including ambience temperature, terrain, battery age, and condition loading, and how you use and maintain your vehicle.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with one of the panelists, the owner of Kids Love. Take a listen.
So Kids Love, KIDSLUV, is a first-to-market zero-sugar vitamin-enhanced functional beverage for kids.
So the zero sugar is really important because if not, the sugar gets on the teeth, it can cause cavities. So as a mom, I love this vitamins and hydration in one. Tell us what's happening here with Chase Bank today.
So I would say, I think what Chase is trying to do is create a community actually for entrepreneurs, a place where people can go. They have the space to do it. It's a beautiful space. And to be able to have these conversations. There are so many benefits to being a women-owned and certified business from a standpoint of getting into stores, not paying the slotting fees of what it takes to be in stores. So I think Chase is trying to bring awareness to a lot of the things that people just don't know about, that not only the bank can help, but outside of the bank, their relationships can help create.
That's beautiful. And I know, this is how we build equity in communities of color, is kind of spreading that information and that knowledge. So thank you for being here today and doing your part and letting these women know that it is possible.
For KBLA 1580, I'm Maisha Cairo in the community with Chase.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Smart talk for curious people just like you. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
I'm Tavis Smiley, and I'm glad to have you tune into our program in this hour. His name is Omar Idrissa. Born into extreme poverty in Niger, eventually received asylum in this country, made a decent living playing soccer, and then started a charity called Afrikicks, which has now delivered almost 250,000 pair of shoes to children living in remote, rural, and impoverished communities in Africa and in Central America. We'll get to all that. It's an amazing story, but I want to get back to his childhood. We were talking during the break about his being a Laker fan. We'll talk about that. It's a fascinating story about how he became a Laker fan. We'll do that in just a moment. But he was born, as you heard earlier, on Christmas Day as we move toward Christmas 2024. He was born on Christmas Day back in Niger, one of the poorest countries in the world. And so I want to go back to your story of growing up, and we'll work our way through this in this hour. What is it like being a black boy in Africa, in Niger, where you're really and legitimately scrounging for food? I mean, I asked that question, Omar, because we see these infomercials all the time. Well, the starving kids in Africa. So we see that. But you're sitting here in front of me. You're a real life human being. You lived it. What is that like?
It's one of the. Sometimes I don't even know how you can explain it, because there's time if you don't eat, you cannot sleep. You cry at nighttime, or you go to school in the class hungry, because I've been there, so I know how it feels. There's no focus or study. You just try to go have that break. When the student get out, some of them that have money can buy food. you try to grab as what you can. You know, that's why when you get the food, you be so fast to eat it. Because I remember one of my classmates, he spit on the food, so no one can eat his food.
he would spit on the food, so you wouldn't steal his food.
His name is Hassan. I would remember those days. You know what I'm saying? So Hassan, when we came, like as soon as the clock then people come out, he got his food. He spit on it. Yeah. So nobody can
Hassan
touch
said,
his
"You ain't gonna steal my food. I'm gonna spit on
it." Yeah. So it's like really. At that time, you don't know what you can compare it to. Yeah. This is just where you live. Yeah. You have no electricity, no running water. You always like this little small tiny lamp that you have to share with all your brothers and sisters. Yeah. So we have like 3 lamps. Each room has like 1 lamp. Yeah. You know. So when my sisters can study, the boys can study right here. The girls can study right here.
I'm curious now. What is the breakdown of boys and girls of the 25?
So it was 11 girls, 14 boys.
11 girls, 14 boys.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, I thought I had a big family with there are 10 of us, and I did not grow up in this year. We were poor, but we had shoes, and I wasn't hungry for food any given day. So my experience was not your experience, obviously. Yeah. But what we do have in common is that we both grew up in big families. As you look back on it now, all those troubles and all those travails and all those difficulties, how would you describe the experience of growing up in such a large family?
It's amazing. You know, me coming here in America, you feel lonely most of the time. But over there, when you're there, it feels good. We don't have nothing, but we have each other. You know, and then we keep each other. We understand. We fight. We kiss and make up. We do all that. And then you have your neighbor. It's like your family now. It's different like here in America. You don't even know your neighbor name. You guys don't get to know. Over there, it's like we family. Doesn't matter your religion, your race. Everybody's same. We like treat each other. So that's thing you miss on. You know, that's when money won't give you that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, money doesn't give you that.
Yeah, money doesn't give you that.
No, I hear you. Yeah. What is it? Just because I'm curious now. I'm getting all up in your business, right? Getting all up in your business.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm open. I'll be open today.
You're an open book. Okay, that makes it easier. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what is it like? I know it's a custom and it's legal in your country. You can have up to 4 wives. Your father had 3, 25 kids total. What is it like growing up in a house with 3 mothers? I mean, only one is your biological mother. Yeah. But what's it like living in a house with three mothers?
I call them all my mother.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes the funny thing is that sometimes so one day each one cook. So the day you cook, that day my dad belonged to you. So you cook for everybody.
Okay.
You know, and if he's with you, he's not allowed to touch
the other 2.
The other 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
Then one cook better than one all the time. So he like it's like crazy. It's like so one.
This gives whole new meaning to the Food Network. I'm thinking about the Food Network. So the 3 of them, there's basically a cooking competition, but one is better than the other 2.
Yes, it's always like that. Okay. Then the one don't like that. Then he's like, you know what I'm saying? So we all the kid, we know what day if one cook.
Yes.
We're gonna eat.
Okay.
We feel good about it.
Yeah.
And then my dad I don't like what he do sometimes. He be giving, my mom was the first one. So he be treating her like.
Your mom was the first wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he be treating her like some type of way that I don't like.
You didn't like
to this day when I think about it.
Yeah. So let me go there. And if you're comfortable, I'll go there.
Yeah.
How did you process knowing? Again, I'm just trying to understand this. And again, black folk listening right now, others listening, we've just not had this experience in America, as you well know. So what's it like when you don't like the way your father is treating your mother because she's the first? There are 2 others in the house that you have to deal with and get along with, but your father is treating them better. How, as a young boy who's seeing how your father is maltreating your mother versus the others. These other 2 women, these other 2 mothers, as you call them. How do you process all that?
It's like sometimes you really don't like it. I don't like it. Sometimes I feel like why he does that. You know, it's not like he's abusing her or nothing like that.
Sure.
But he just give the other one more favoritism.
Just not as kind to your mother as he was to the other 2.
The other 2, because they were She had the last one, so she was always getting the benefit of everything.
Yeah.
Then as a kid, we have to see that it's not so we have to do everything to make sure our mom is okay. You have like to support. That's my dedication to succeed.
Yeah.
Because I see my mom is like she had no one to help her. So she got 9 boys, 1 girl. So most people don't think of us as like, oh, you tall for nothing. Your boys can, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of my biggest inspiration I get out of the house at 16 and go to another country, just try to make it, support my mom. Because I even see from other family, when they come, the way they support other mom, but they don't, nobody will look out for my mom.
Yeah, they're not looking out
so
for
that
your
one
mom.
hurt. Yeah,
I got it.
You know,
so that hurt. I hear you. I hear you. Let me just tell a quick story here, and you'll see why I'm telling the story, because I want to obviously follow with a question.
Yeah.
So when I said earlier that I'm one of 10 kids, for those who read my book or really know my story, they've heard this before. I'm one of 10, but my mother only birthed 6. My mother has 6 boys. I am the eldest of her 6 boys. I had an aunt who was murdered. When my aunt was murdered, her 4 kids, my cousins, came to live with us. But they were so young when they came that we were all raised together. Of those 4, their all names start with P's: Pam, Phyllis, Paul, and Patrick.
Wow.
Paul and Patrick weren't even in kindergarten when they came to live with us. Phyllis and I are basically the same age. We were both in the 3rd grade when she came, and my sister Pam was in the 5th grade. So they're 4 young babies. Their mother's been murdered, and they come to live with us.
Okay.
So overnight, I have 4 brothers and sisters.
And then
and then my mom has some other kids.
Okay.
Anyway, so we end up with it's a blended family, as they say these days. But they're all my first cousins. But we end up with a family of 10. And if you talk to me or any of my siblings or go back to Indiana where they all live, nobody ever calls anybody cousins. Everybody knows us as the Smiley family. And we're all brothers and sisters raised together under one roof. And I love my mother and father to this day for all the sacrifices they made, not just for me, but for all of my siblings. It's a beautiful thing. So we are as close as we've ever been. Again, we all grew up together. I raise that because there were times early on when they first arrived. There were times early on where we would get into these little scuffles.
Yeah,
and it'd be the 4 of them versus us.
The
4 of them versus us because they were cousins. Now we eventually matured and grew through that, and we grew up and matured and we move on exactly.
Yeah.
So you see why I shared that story. So you're in a house with 25 kids. With 3 different mothers total in that house. How did the kids get along?
The kids, we did well together.
Yeah.
There's a fight. Many times people get fight.
We had that too.
But but to this day, as older, we keep the whole family. Even after my mom and my dad pass away, we take everyone else, we keep them, and we support everybody else to this day.
So y'all support everybody?
Everybody.
All 25 are still
all
together?
All of them to this day. You know, I got about 58 nephews and nieces.
58 nieces and nephews.
Yeah, so I don't even know some of them.
Some of the names, I'm the same way. I've got like 30, I think. I don't know all their names either. So I know something. I know something of that story. So when did you decide? I mean, you told the story earlier. You're working with your brother. You're selling water. You're trying to find food, trying to make a living. When did you start having dreams and goals and aspirations of getting out of this situation?
Like I say, at 16 years, 16, I went to the next country, Togo, try to look for like job and stuff. Then I was there. It didn't work out. I come back 3 months later.
Back in Niger.
Then now I was decide. 4 of my friends, we say let's go to Libya. So that's one of the best decisions I think I made in my life.
So you went to Libya.
So we are about to head to Libya. They got in the bus. My 3 friends went in. Something just pulled me out. Don't go. I can't turn back. I let them go. I didn't go.
You didn't go to Libya?
I didn't go to Libya.
So you stayed in Niger.
I stayed in Niger.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was one of the best decisions I made, because the three of them, it ended up to be a sad story. One died, one loses his mind, one we don't know where he is. So it's kind of, so
one died, one lost his mind, and the third you don't know where he is.
You don't know where he is to this day.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good decision.
It was a good decision
to not get on that bus.
Not that good to go to Libya.
Let me fast forward. So when did you and how did you finally decide to leave Niger, and where did you ultimately go?
I went to Ghana.
Mm-hmm. I love Ghana.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier, I've only been to 16 African countries. I haven't been in Niger yet.
Mm.
I've been to 16 African countries, but I believe, every time I say I get in trouble, but I'll say it again, the Ghanaian people are the nicest people I've met on the planet. On the continent. They're amazing people.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love Ghanaians.
So I went to Ghana in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. So there's one bus driver. So he kind of took all my money to get me all the way to Accra, the capital.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get to Ghana, it was like 11 a.m. in the morning when he came there. So I don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I just have my little box. It's not even a suitcase. It's a bag.
Bag on your back.
Yeah. I was walking. So a beautiful young girl see me. So I don't speak no English, nothing. Ghana, the English country.
Mm-hmm.
So she picked Hausa. So Hausa is our language we share in Niger. And she talked to me. I talked to her. I said, how are you? I liked asking her. And she asked me, where you going? I said, I just come back. I just come here from Ghana. Where do you go? I said, I don't know. I'm just like here to look for a job. She said, job? You know somebody? I said, no. She said, okay, come. She took me to Nima. That's where the Hausa people community live. That's like, we take her house. She gave me some room there to stay. She gave me one of the best chicken rice I ever eat in my life. To this day, I can tell you. I will never forget that. I went to Ghana to look for that lady. It was crazy.
I'm just laughing at your story.
Yeah.
You get off the bus, and the first thing you see is a beautiful black woman.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
she gives you a place to stay and feeds you.
She feeds me nice chicken.
You got to love black women, man.
Yeah.
You got to love black women.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like our queen. They beautiful. They have a good heart.
Yeah.
And so after that, she let me stay there for a few days. Now they're looking for Niger embassy that I can go. So they called the embassy. They say there's one citizen here. After 3 days, say yeah. So one of the guy told me, oh, you can come there. So yeah, I went over there. I explained to so there's always one person that's not gonna like you.
Sure, always.
The driver who drive the ambassador.
Yeah.
He said, no, we gotta kick this kid out.
Yeah.
So there's one student there that stayed there. He said, no, let him stay. See. So his name is like Bukari. He let me stay there. So a lot of kids come from Niger to go to vacation. The rich kid. So they say, Omar, take them to the market. Take them. I don't even speak no English, nothing. So we go to the market, help them out. I make this little money, so I was hustling doing it.
Hold that thought. So now you making something, but now you're making a little money now though.
Mm-hmm.
You're hustling. He's in Ghana.
Yeah.
You met a beautiful woman who has fed him and gave him the hookup. We should all be so lucky to meet a beautiful woman who just gives us the hookup. Omar's got the hookup now. He got a job. He's making a little money. We will pick this story up when we come forward. We ain't got to the soccer yet. We ain't got to starting Africa kicks. We ain't got to America. We ain't got to 250,000 pair of shoes. It's a great story. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Unapologetically progressive. Unapologetically black. You're tapped into Tavis Smiley.
What's up, party people? It's your favorite MC's favorite rapper, MC Light here. And we're celebrating 50 years of hip-hop, authentically powered by Cadillac. And we're going to take it way back to where it started. It was only fitting that hip-hop began with teenagers at a back-to-school jam in the rec room of a South Bronx apartment complex by an 18-year-old brother. By the way, I'm also sure he had a Cadillac parked outside. He noticed the energy on the dance floor when he switched between two turntables, extending the beats, repeating the breaks, and never losing the rhythms. And that was the birth of hip-hop. And from that moment, it took off.
For more on how Cadillac is celebrating hip-hop's 50th, visit Cadillac.com/audacity.
I'm Ree Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. In California, San Diego police are investigating a series of armed robberies. 4 African-American boys between the ages of 15 to 17, including 2 with guns, have reportedly been robbing area businesses. At least 6 died in Tennessee over the weekend, and nearly 24 were injured following a nasty storm system that passed through the region and the Northeast, leaving thousands without power. Authorities are trying to determine what caused a massive fire at a historically abandoned Emerson High School in Gary, Indiana. The school was known for a 1927 student boycott after 18 African-American students were transferred to the school. The school has been closed since 2008. And that's the latest. I'm Ray Harris on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC. Looking for a better way to get around LA? SoCal 511 gives you real-time traffic alerts to help you find faster ways to get around LA County. It's totally free and helps motorists easily find fast track and roadside assistance services. Visit go511.com or dial 511 on your phone.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Clippers are on a 4-game winning streak. They held on last night to beat Portland by 5. Strong game from Kawhi Leonard, 34 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Kawhi has scored 75 points in the last 2 games. James Harden and Paul George had 20 points each. Quick turnaround for the Clippers. They play Sacramento tonight at Crypto.com. The Lakers are in Dallas tonight. First game for the Lakers since winning the in-season tournament Saturday night in Vegas. 4:30 tip-off on TNT. More bad news for the Chargers in a bad season. They will not have quarterback Justin Herbert for Thursday night's game against the Raiders in Vegas. Herbert has a fractured finger on his throwing hand. The Chargers are 5-8. Even if they won their last 4 games, they will not make the playoffs. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. People with disabilities are extremely talented, resilient problem solvers that have so much to offer. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
Let's get back to more of Tavis Smiley right now.
More of Tavis Smiley and Omar Idrissa. We are working our way up to this commitment that he made to help his people out. And now having given out over 240,000 pair of shoes through his nonprofit called AfriKicks, I am working my way toward that story. Watching my time, which is getting away from me, Omar. So let me hasten this story along. So you're in Ghana now. You're making a little money. How long are you in Ghana?
About 5 months.
5 months. And after that, let me guess, you go back to Niger.
I came back to Niger. Yeah.
Are you back to Niger again?
Came back to Niger September 2.
And you stayed there how long this time?
Then December 7,
yeah,
2004, and that changed my life. I got the visa to the United States.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
December. I love it. I
December
love it. I meet people like you from around the world, and they always remember like it was yesterday. They have that etched in their heart the day they got the visa.
I know. I
to
remember
come to
that.
the United States of America.
When I came outside, I said, I got a visa. They called me, I got a visa. Everybody was saying, is George Bush your father? You get a visa without an interview? He was the most. Everybody, 300 people.
Is George Bush your daddy? You got a visa without an
You know
interview. That's funny. That's funny.
I remember those.
So December 4. Is that what you said?
December 7th.
December 7th, 2004.
2004.
You get the visa to come to America.
Yes.
All right. So now we got the Eddie Murphy story. Now you're coming to America, right? You coming to America and you land where when you get here?
I land in JFK Airport at 4:30 p.m. on December 31st.
Wow. The last day of the year.
Yes. And
you get here at 4:30,
4:30
just before midnight.
From Air Morocco. So when I was coming, the little money that I have, so you thought you coming to America, you're going to be rich or something. The hustle money that I make, I give everybody money for my family.
Right.
I keep like 300 for me, $300.
Okay.
I give my family everything. Then when we went to Morocco, we had to spend the night there, catch another flight 9 o'clock. So I tried to change my country money there. The lady that I gave it to, or the concierge to change me, the next morning, she's not there. I call no money. Me, I'm fly here, I come to U.S., immigration asking me, where are you going? So I'm supposed to go to University of Idaho to study. That's where I got a visa. So they say, you're going to school, you have no money. It was like, where are you going to? I said, no, my brother supposed to come pick me up somewhere at the airport. Then they called the person that was supposed to come here. He's not answering. Because he was I didn't know at that time, he was in the subway train coming to the airport.
In the subway train?
Yeah,
so the phone didn't pick
so
up.
from the Bronx to the airport, it take you like, now that I know, a couple hours to get there.
No phone service, yeah.
So now they say, okay, we're going to send you back home. I was like, what? So they put me in little like place, hide me. Even if I'm going to go to the bathroom, they have like score me. Like, what do we do? Yeah, we sending you back next one. So finally he come. That's why they release me. So when I come outside, I never see that many people in my life. Like, this is America. You know what I'm saying? The struggle just to get out of the airport, to get to the Bronx. I came right by Yankee Stadium. That's where we live. 161st Ogden Avenue, apartment 7Q. So that's the place that I was living. They took me there. It's a little studio. 11 people live there. 9 men, 1 lady, older lady.
Yeah.
Then 2 people, one friend that come in that same plane. We about to stay there. So it's like 13 people.
In a studio?
In one studio.
In New York City. Yeah, I know what those studios
are
like.
Crazy in the Bronx. I was like, this America?
Yeah.
I was sleeping Just get every clothes I have, I had to wear on me.
Yeah.
One of the guy in the room gave me like some Timberland, some
Tims.
Tim, yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the heavy as hell. I said, just give me this. You know what I'm saying?
These shoes are heavy.
Yeah.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So he said, no, you need this. It's cold.
It's cold and snow, yeah.
Yeah, like never see stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my first time seeing snow in my life. I was like, ice. Then I gotta find a job. So I went to 149 Grand Concourse. That's where I got my first job. Like security guard watching the shoes, the clothes on the rack outside the store. 149 Grand Concourse. Then when snow, and I clean up they pay me like $375 an hour on the temple. So I work 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. I don't need off. I gotta work. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's money that I need to pay the lady that buy my ticket to come here to America. My dad has to give the house on like Colorado one, so I had 6 months to pay the lady. So I was working every week. I get like $330. I took my metro money. So there's people in the room. I ask everybody 2020. 7 people agree. Give me 2020. I buy grocery. I cook for all of us. So when I get off at 7, I go cook for everybody. We eat, and then I send $200. The rent is not that much. It was like $85.
But you're cooking for everybody in the studio.
Everybody in the studio.
And sending money back to your family.
Yeah, $200 a week.
In this year.
Yeah, I have to pay that $200 a week. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, ooh. I did that for like 6 months. I say, this is not my life. I want to change. This now, I want to go play soccer. I want to go to school. So on June 26, 2005, I came to Long Beach Airport.
Now you've left the East Coast.
I left the East Coast.
And you coming to the LBC.
Yes. I was like.
And that's when the soccer.
The minute I land,
yeah,
I feel like I'm home.
Oh, you go. There you go.
The minute I land that day, I was like, this is home.
Yeah.
You know,
it must have been the sun. It must have been the sunshine.
Yeah, the sunshine, the ocean.
Oh yeah,
riding in the bus, you see all this nice ocean and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was like crazy.
That could be a nice promo for the LBC. I need to call the mayor, Rex Richardson, let him know. Here's some audio of a guy who lands and comes to Long Beach, and these were his original thoughts when he got to LBC. So you could use it as a promo for tourism in Long Beach.
And there's one white lady named Karen. She helped me a lot there. A lot.
A white lady named Karen. Now that's funny. In this particular moment, a white lady named Karen
Sherman
actually helped you.
She helped me a lot.
The audience gets that. I'm going to leave that alone. But a white woman named Karen actually helped him when he got to Long Beach.
She helped me a lot.
Yeah.
She really gave me a place to stay. She's, take me places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she helped me. I go back there to see her. Yeah. She's still alive.
All right, when we come forward, now Omar's in Long Beach. He's playing soccer. He's making some money. And at some point, he decides to commit himself to starting AfriKicks, to do something not just to support his family, as you've already heard in this story, but now to support people all over Africa and in Central America. He starts a nonprofit called AfriKicks, which has now delivered almost 250,000 pairs of shoes to people in poor, remote, rural areas of Africa and Central America. That part, as we say, of the story when we come forward with Omar Idrissa on Tavis Smiley.
This is getting good.
Yeah, man.
Tavis Smiley continues when we come forward.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always a crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Get ready for holiday feast season with Pepto-Bismol.
Uncle Derek's here with his famous fried turkey. Hey, Aunt Mary brought the mac and cheese. Donna's here with the potato salad.
Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief for unexpected stomach upsets. So enjoy the holidays. Pepto has you covered, no matter who made the potato salad.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
He's rooting for everybody black. Everybody black. More of Tavis Smiley coming your way right now.
I am rooting for everybody black, and I would have been rooting for Omar Idrissa back then had I known him, because his story is quite a remarkable story of overcoming, and I love the fact we have an hour to sort of unpack these stories for you. All right, Omar, I'm watching my time, which is not getting away from me. So you land in Long Beach, and now you feel like you are home. Yeah. You're in sunny Southern California. You've got the hookup. A white Karen is actually helping you out back in the day. She's taking you around. Now you're playing soccer. Now you're making some money. Let me fast forward this story, and I want to get to the Lakers story. The audience has to hear this. You got to hear the story of what happened to Omar the first time he went to see the Lakers. I'll hold that for a moment, but you must hear this story, particularly all you Laker fans. That said, how did you get I'm just fast forwarding here. Yeah. How did AfriKicks come to be?
So AfriKick, the reason, my first trip back home, which is in 2011, so I collect like 80 pair of sneakers just for my family and friends from like the coaches, Long Beach school, and some friend I know. So when I went there, you give them to people, and now their neighbors like your family, and start everyone come. Well, I didn't get shoes. Some of the Nafi and his uncle, Then next time I come back for my second trip, I took about 300 pair of shoes.
The first trip was 80.
80.
Second trip was 300.
300 pair of shoes. Then we started doing it. Then in 2015, you got that call you don't want to hear. I lost my father, so I had to. It was February 28, so I have to fly back there. So instead of going empty hand, Anessa William and I collect a lot of shoes and then carry about 600 pair of shoes with me. Go there, just distribute while I was burying my father. So that same year, I come back again. 5 months later, you get the most horrible phone call. I lost my mom. Then now I have to go back again. So I have to just get in shoes. So fast forward, when I came back, so I was driving. I get a lot of my clients donate shoes to me. I was at a strip club in Hollywood called AOD. I saw a black lady was there standing. I wasn't trying to hit on her. I was just see she was alone, so I want to just talk to her. She was, I said, "How you doing? How are you?" She said, "Yeah." Where you from? I said, "I'm from Niger." She said, "Yeah, I went to Ghana a couple years ago. I took a lot of shoes." I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, that's what I do. I took shoes back to Africa." I showed her much. She said, "Now I have 54,000 pair of shoes for you. If you can pay for the shipment, I'll give them all to you to ship it."
You're standing in line at a club.
A strip club.
At a strip club. All right. I was trying not to repeat that, but since you went there, okay, that's okay. You run into a woman in line who says to you that she has 54,000 pair of shoes if you can get them to Africa.
Yes. I tell her. She said, come to my house on Saturday. I said, no. I come to your house tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where do you live? She live like in San Pedro down there. So I'm in LA. I said, yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah.
And 8 o'clock, I was standing at her garage.
Yeah.
She opened the garage. Shoes.
Shoes everywhere.
All kind of nice shoes. Damn, I went crazy. I got to find the money to make sure these shoes get home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how you really started Africa.
Yeah. We get the 40-foot container. We fill up them shoes. We ship it to Africa.
I'm looking at you in studio. For those who are watching, they can see you as well. I see your face light up when you talk about giving away shoes.
Yeah, it's a blessing. Because when you grow up, you have no shoes. And you see that's why it's priceless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people think my idea was crazy at the beginning.
Yeah.
But people always talk.
Oh, of course.
Try to take you down.
Of course.
Why you can take shoes to LA, to Africa?
That's right.
It's far. It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be you, but we're going to do it. And we're doing it. You know?
That was in 2015.
2016.
And from that point to now, AfriKicks has grown. And you've now given away almost 250,000 pairs of shoes.
235 to 40,000 per shoes.
Yeah.
I'm about to fly in 2 weeks to go to Ghana. The container is there waiting for me.
And how many shoes will you give away this time?
We're going to give out we got shoes and chessboard. At least it's going to be around 14 to 15,000 per shoe. We just came back from Belize.
Yeah.
We donate 2,000 pair of shoes. So
that's your life now. You run around the world giving away shoes. I
love that. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to see those moments. People's priceless. People don't take it granted here. Shoes is nothing.
Of course.
But when you never had it, when you see the look on the face of this kid in the remote village, usually you need to go. That's why I have to be there to make sure the people now really need to get it.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's as I said, it's a remarkable story. And you see his face light up when he talks about giving these shoes away. Speaking of shoes, the story of what happened when he went to the Lakers for the first time when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
More of Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
My daughter was diagnosed with a rare malignant rhabdoid tumor on the spine. They sent her straight to St. Jude. My hope was gone. But when you get there, everyone's like, hey, we're not going to give up. And when you see other people not giving up on your child, that makes all the difference in the world. When I found out I didn't have to pay, I was just grateful. They saved my baby's life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions because we've got your black. Listen up. If you're one of the more than 100,000 California tenants who were rejected or delayed when applying for COVID rental assistance, you've got a second chance. Under the terms of a new settlement, California's Housing and Community Development Department agreed to audit its past denials. The program ended in March 2022, but the advocacy groups Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment, Policy Link, and Strategic Actions for a Just Economy sued the department. According to the coalition's analysis of state data, the department rejected nearly 30% of all applicants. Under the settlement, the department agreed to clear all renters in the pipeline within 6 months. The settlement applies to anyone who sought assistance from the state's Housing is Key program before April 1st, 2022, whose whose applications is pending or was denied after June 6, 2022. Tenants who have questions about the status of their application can call the hotline at 833-430-2122. That's 833-430-2122. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
More honesty than you can handle. More empowerment than you can imagine. You're tuned in to Tavis Smiley.
I've got 3 minutes. I got to do this right quick, get this story in. Let me do this first. This year, AfriKicks held its annual fundraiser on September 13th, 2023. Great day. That's my birthday, September 13th. Yours, December 25th. It was in L.A., hosted by Akon. Akon was the musical icon, I should say. Serge Ibaka was there. Shabazz Lowe was there. Michael Blackstone, love that guy. Funny.
Yeah.
He was the master of ceremonies. And by the way, if you want to donate to AfriKicks, let me give it to you right quick. Afrikicks.org. www.afrikicks.org. That's AFRIKicks.org. www.afrikicks.org is how you can donate to this foundation, giving shoes all over the world to people who look just like you and me. Afrikicks.org. The LA Lakers were a sponsor of this year's event. Now, here's the funny irony of this. The Lakers sponsored it this year. Omar has always been a LeBron James fan, but always a Laker fan as well. So he goes to see the Lakers on December 25th, 2010, on his birthday, because LeBron is now in Miami. LeBron is in L.A. playing the Lakers. Take the story, Omar.
So I remember that day. I was so excited when I hear Laker Christmas. And that's my first game to go to Laker game.
And so LeBron's in town.
And LeBron's in town.
Yeah.
So I got there. I went downtown. I took the Metro Blue Line from Long Beach. I went there. Then when I got there, so I see people just outside selling tickets.
Selling tickets? What happened?
So one guy was like, okay, yeah, I get how much? So he said 3. We get to 225.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one I pay. So I went in, tried to scan the ticket. He said, no, you can't use this ticket. Then I saw the guy, he's a black dude, big one. So I go to the car and, yo, give me my money. They said. Then we start like scratching. Then the police come. The police, and then their excuse was, oh, you're not allowed to buy ticket on hand.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I didn't know that. Why they here selling ticket if you're not allowed to? You know what I'm saying? It was like crazy sort,
But he sold you a fake ticket.
He sold me a fake ticket.
I
didn't get that game.
Did you get in?
I didn't get in. But guess what happened? There's a bar over there next to there.
Yeah.
I went there. Then I met this young, beautiful black girl. Her name is Sharita. She's from Atlanta. So she brought her kid to the game, but she can only afford 2 tickets. So she let her 2 kids go, and she stay outside wait for them. So me and her mate, we had a good time. I tell her it's my birthday. This is what happened to me. We end up to this day. I just call her on your interview.
And to this day, you guys are still friends.
You're still friends.
And you're a big Laker fan.
Big time.
And you go to every Laker game now.
Not any game I can go.
Okay.
I would love to be because I'm a big Laker.
But you got the Lakers to sponsor your event this year.
Yeah, it was fun. I thank Keisha from Laker organization.
Yeah.
Keisha is an amazing woman. She's doing a great job with the Laker organization.
That's a full story circle. That's a full story circle.
Yeah.
Lakers sponsoring his event for AfriKicks. Anyway, Afrikicks.org is where you can go to donate. Omar, I'm out of time. Great story. You told it beautifully. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for your work, man.
Thank you for having me,
We
man.
appreciate
Let's keep going, man.
Let's do it again. Tavis Smiley, more, not today, tomorrow. Until then, keep the faith.
Thank you.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Ree Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. In California,